So when I was 6 years old, my family and I returned to Canada, and I started attending Fraser Valley in grade 1. And I didn't speak any English at the time, so I only knew Korean. So when we went to the Korean churches, I went to all the kids programs there, and it was good because I understood everything. But by the time I got to about grade 3, I didn't understand any Korean anymore, and I only knew English. And I was fluent in English, and my Korean was very small. So we still went to the Korean church. So my parents would still take me every Saturday to the Korean church, and I'd still go to the kids programs, but I wouldn't understand anything. And even if I sat with my parents in the sanctuary, I still didn't understand anything, and I wasn't getting anything from the sermons there or the programs there. So my dad knew that. So we would go out into the lobby, and we would draw pictures of cars mostly, and pictures of whatever, and he'd tell me all the stories in like modern ways and in ways that I could understand in English. So that's the first time I really got to know Jesus, is through my dad telling me the stories in a different way. Even though it was the same story, he told it in a way that I could understand. So what I learned from that is not everyone in the world knows Jesus like you do, and not everyone in the world may understand him the same way that I understand him or that anyone else understands him. So because my parents gave me the choice to go to church and start attending services when I was a teenager, that's a big reason why my faith in God grew so much, is because I was able to learn about him on my own, and I seeked him. So when I became a teenager, I got a little older, my parents stopped taking me to church. And it sounds bad, but it was a very positive thing, because they gave me the choice to attend church with them. And they started going to a English church too, because we moved and there was no Korean church there. But they gave me the choice, so I wasn't forced to go every Saturday to the sermons, or I wasn't forced to sing the praise songs at church or anything. And for the first few years, I didn't go to church because I didn't care, and I thought if I just stay home and play games all day, it's much more fun than going to church. But when I came back to Fraser in the 9th grade from my move, I started making better friendships and getting closer to people I knew, and I started attending church on my own. I got my own car, and then we started attending church. And it wasn't because my parents went, it was because I wanted to go myself. And that was because, they gave me the choice to go, and I didn't feel like I had to be there. Because a lot of my friends tell me that, when they were young, they were forced to go to church, and it was bad for them because it left a bad impression of church for them. But for me, it was a very positive thing. Rather than the end goal being to make someone religious or to make someone follow your own religion, I think the end goal should be to help people get to Christ, whatever way that may be. In Proverbs 19:21 it says, "Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." This year I got baptized, and that was my own choice. And what I learned from that was that not everyone learns at the same pace about Jesus or has the same relationship with Jesus as another person may have. Often giving people the gift of choice can be the strongest way to bring someone towards Christ.